have a funny story to tell you.
I love a good funny story. Tell me.
Okay, so you know how you are going and working out at that gym?
Yeah.
And you guys took that group picture?
Yeah.
So I don't know why, but I thought I was messaging you.
Oh, no.
And I was, in fact, not messaging you. I was messaging the gym. And I was like, oh my God, who is that guy, that cute guy in the back wearing the hat? And they just liked my message. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm mortified.
I need to see this message.
I thought I was messaging you, and I don't know.
Did I send it to you?
I think I just saw you in the picture and I assumed you posted it. I'm not really sure. So
oh my gosh.
yeah,
hilarious.
This happened a couple weeks ago, and I've been holding this back.
Oh my God.
To tell you on the podcast, because
a lot of cute guys go to my gym.
I mean, he was so cute. He was wearing a backwards hat, which.
Oh, he's married. I know who you're talking about.
Oh, what's it called?
His wife works out Burn.
I don't know.
I know. I have a feeling I know exactly who you're talking about, because I thought he was cute too until he showed up with his wife one day, and I was like, huh.
Yeah, this happened on July 10th.
Oh, wow.
And I go, who is
oh my God.
Who is the cutie in the backwards hat? And they just liked my message.
I need to see this.
I didn't even.
Man, it's gone.
I think it was a story that maybe you were tagged in. I don't know, but I was like,
oh
how dumb can I be?
Let me see if I can see what
maybe they posted it on there.
You. That's hilarious.
I don't know. Oh, it's this picture. No, maybe it's not.
That's actually really funny, because you know what I've done before? Like, I once thought I was sending something to either you or Fernanda, and I was like, man, I look rough. And so I never got a response back. And so when I was like opening my Instagram the next day, I'm like, why did message me?
Why did my friends not respond?
I was like, also, why is no one laughing at that? Because I looked rough. And so I'm like, I open it and I'm like, the top message was from my gym, and I'm like, did they tag me? And I look and I'm like, oh no. So I quickly delete the message. I'm like, no one needs to know about that. No one needs to know.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, Louise is gonna love this.
Hilarious.
Because I was expecting to be like, oh yeah, he's so cute. And I think we had just talked about how cute guys go to your gym, and like some are married and all this stuff. So it was right after that conversation that we had. And so that's why I said that. And also, like, he's cute, so I wanted to just comment on it. But I didn't know I was responding to them.
Yeah,
like,
I did send it to you. That's so funny.
But how did that even happen? I don't even know.
I think you must have clicked on the story.
I don't know.
And maybe replied.
I guess. But I was like, who is the cutie in the backwards hat? And they just liked it. Like, they just hearted it.
Oh my God.
It's probably his wife that, like, runs the Instagram, like.
No, she just works out there.
Oh my gosh, I was mortified.
No, but I was
like, take Instagram away from me. I don't deserve an Instagram anymore.
Take my privileges away. I worked out once. This was probably that like same day, or that same day I worked out, and there was like this other guy I'd never seen, and he was working out with a weighted vest, and I was like, okay, he's kind of cute. And so we like take a group pic, and then we're like, everyone's packing up, like, bye, blah, blah, blah. And his wife is actually one of the girls that works the front desk. And I'm like,
darn it.
And he's a girl dad. He's
cute.
Looks like a great dad.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
that makes him really attractive.
Why are y'all like, bring single people? I mean, I do work out in like, it's suburbia.
Yeah.
If I worked out at the one in Dallas, maybe that's where all the single people are. But
yeah. So I was like, I've been waiting and like trying, like mentally telling myself, like, do not forget this story. You have to tell Louisa. Do not forget this story. Like, I would keep reminding myself every day to make sure, because you know my memory is not that great sometimes. So
I know. You're Dory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that was like traumatic, so I had to make sure.
That is so funny. Okay, well, it's happened to me as well. Because I don't know why I messaged them and I was like, oh my God, I look so horrible or something.
You need to fix your hair.
Oh man.
You just like did a little flip and it was like curly Q on this side.
Am I better?
You're better now.
Okay.
Yeah. You
I'm
have
still getting used to this.
I know.
Short
I was
hair.
like, can we like
A moment
talk
for the
about
hair.
can we talk about your hair for a second?
Yes.
So what was the inspo?
Well, one, it's just been really hot out.
Fair.
And so, two, I have been wanting to chop my hair off. We've been doing 75 hard. And I was like, well, when I went in with the idea of like, I want my hair like at my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've always actually wanted this cut, but I've never felt like I could pull it off. Like I have Pinterest pictures of like, this is what I want. But I never go for it because I'm scared because I feel like I have a round face.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't know how well it would look, but
I love it.
I'm rocking it.
I love
Everyone, someone came by today, one of my bosses. He's so sweet. He's like, you are just really killing this haircut, honey. He's like, you look so good. He's like, there used to be this commercial back in the day called Sherry or something about a perfume. He like sang us the tune and everything.
Oh gosh.
He's like, you guys probably don't even know about it because y'all weren't even born. I'm like, no.
Yeah. So he sang the jingle and everything for you?
He did.
Wow, that was a nice treat.
Yeah, it was he's sweet. It was a nice little treat.
No, I love it. I love your hair.
I do too.
I told myself that I'm not cutting my hair for a very long time. Like, obviously, I'm doing the split. I'll get my little split ends cut.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been working very hard
To grow it.
to where it is.
Yeah, you're doing great
And
too.
because like last November, I don't know whatever happened to the right side of my head, but my hair was uneven.
Mm-hmm.
And it literally looked like someone came while I was sleeping and chopped an inch off of my hair. Because I'm like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
On like Thanksgiving weekend, I was like, had to text my hair girl and was like, what's going on? She's like, I can get you in next week. We got to do a conditioning treatment. I don't know. She says putting it in a bun is bad.
Yeah.
It's very bad.
And using hair ties.
Very bad.
That's why I use those like French pins now only.
Yeah.
Or a pencil.
So I only put my hair in a bun if I absolutely have to.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, it was a have to because I didn't have time to wash my hair and it was so gross. I didn't have any other choice. So I did one of those top knot buns that I used to do. But anyways, my hair has grown a lot and I've been doing like this is the side and it's very evened out now.
That's good.
So yeah, make sure to take care of your hair, people.
Yeah.
But
my hair just, sorry, go ahead.
You have thick hair. My hair, it's
I didn't know I had thick hair.
What
I
do you
always
mean?
thought I was like, because I compare my hair to Fernanda's hair, okay? And like Fernanda's hair, I consider her hair thick. And like when I look at mine, like I just don't, mine's like medium.
Have you felt my hair?
Well, yeah, my hair
Mine is like, it's like you know how they compare hair to like horse hair, like horsetail hair or whatever?
Yeah.
Mine would be the hair like on a Barbie doll's horse. Like that's how thin it is. Like you could literally wrap your hand around it. Like,
oh, wow.
Like my ponytails are like baby ponytails.
Yeah. I feel like my hair is medium. Like I wouldn't say it's too thick, and it's not thin. I don't know. Anyway, so after getting this haircut, I'm like, oh, I guess I do have thick hair. And I told her to get layers because last time I cut it, she was like, okay, do you want to do layers? And I was like, no, like blah, blah, blah. But I didn't take into account that like I also have like wavy curly-ish hair. Like that's my natural hair. And you need to have layers.
Yeah.
Like for it to just like flow better. And so I was like, can we please do layers this time? So that's why I feel like I'm good.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very like you're in another like boss babe era.
Yeah. I feel very like chic.
Yeah. That's a good way to describe it.
So, but also my hair just grows kind of fast. So I know by the time, because I was like, I need to cut it now before it's fall.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know by the time like we're in the middle of winter or something, like I'll be at my regular length.
Yeah,
So.
that's true. I've been like waiting an entire year for it to just grow a freaking inch.
Mm-hmm.
And I take biotin, I take vitamins. So y'all that are listening, don't come at me and be like, take this, take that. I literally do. And my hair just doesn't want to grow.
Do you do the rosemary oil? Do you massage your scalp?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do all that too.
Yeah.
I even bought the bamboo brush. I don't even know if it was necessary, but that's what one girl did. And so I do like 5 minutes of me just like brushing my hair like they did back in the 1800s. There's a reason why they had good hair back then.
They just brush their hair.
They were
Maybe I just need
brushing
to do
their
that
hair.
more.
They were like stimulating their
I
scalp.
mean, I do like in the shower, I have that little like claw looking thing
Mm-hmm.
and rub that in my hair. So I don't know. We're working on it. It's a work in progress.
Yeah. Oh, also they say Rogaine for men works really well.
What do you
I saw a
mean?
TikTok yesterday of a
Like
girl
you
who
put
her
it on your
hair was
hair?
like thinning out or fall. I can't remember what the problem was, but she bought Rogaine for men because the men's version has just like a higher concentration of it, and you have to be obviously like if you stop doing it, like you're not going to see the results. You just have to be consistent.
I mean, like everything in life, consistency is key.
True. So,
well, how's everything else been going as far as like the challenge? I mean, we are on day 53.
I think it's 53.
Yeah, 53 because yesterday was 52.
Yes.
52 plus 1 equals 53.
What? Say that again.
52
Oh, yes.
plus 1.
I don't know. I thought you said 51 plus 50 something. And I was like,
No. I was like, we're doing simple math, Louisa.
True, I know. I'm sorry. I just spaced out.
But I sent Louisa a progress picture yesterday. And honestly, I did not want to even like put them side by side just because I was feeling really bloated and just like I drank too much water before I took that picture, and I was like, nah, I didn't really want to put them side by side because I was like, I feel like it's going to look the same as the picture before. And I put them side by side, which this is the exact reason why you have to take a picture every single day, because even when you feel like you haven't made any progress, putting a picture side by side from where you started to where you are today is literally night and day.
Yeah.
Every single part of my body is thinned out.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe you. I think I sent you one last week. I was at dinner with some family friends, and they were like, oh, you look great, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, thanks. Let me show you my progress pic. And I think because I had been on my period, and just like the week before my period, I hadn't been doing the side by side. So maybe it was like a week and a half of me not seeing it. So I was like, oh, let me and so I like put that day's picture next to like the beginning, and I was like, oh, whoa. Oh, yeah. Okay. I was like, here. And they're like, oh my God. And I'm like, thanks. I was like, wow. Like,
yeah.
You can
I was like
tell.
obsessing over it. I was like zooming in. I was like, oh my gosh, like that and that, that and that. So I'm like, we still have a little over 3 weeks to go. And I'm excited to see.
Me too. Actually, talking about this challenge at work, we were doing a weight loss challenge, which ended. I lost almost 18 pounds. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I came in second. My accountability partner, who's like she's one of my friends, also my coworker. I told her, I was like, technically you and me won because she only beat me by 1.2 pounds, just 1.2.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Though.
So I was like, we both won.
What was the winning? What did you win?
We're splitting the cash.
What's the cash though?
Because at first they were going to do both guys and girls together. And I was like, no. Guys lose a lot faster and a lot easier than women.
That's not fair.
And so that's when the girl, like, who was organized, she's like, you're right. And so we did just girls and then just guys.
But what was the cash prize?
It's like $100 and something.
Okay. You don't know what you're winning?
So I'm winning. Hold on. I'm trying to do the math. 1, 2, 3.
We're working
4,
on our
5,
math skills today.
6 times 25.
150.
Yes.
So that's the total pot.
That's the total cash on the women's.
So you get 75, she gets 75.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
She started crying. The girl that was like, she's so sweet.
Oh.
She was like, I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, okay, let's not make this weird.
And you're like, I'm proud of you too. Get the fuck off.
Yeah. And then today, because I wore a skirt to work, I was like working and someone's like, Lisa, come here. And I was like, oh, like something important. And I walk over and they're like, oh my God, you look so good. Do a spin for us. And I'm like, I was just like doing like my weird, remember that little girl like that, like smiles weird.
Yeah.
That gif. I literally, I could feel my face and I just like did a little spin and I was like, they're like, oh my God, we're just so proud of you. And I'm like, okay, this is
you guys
too much.
are.
I'm gonna start charging all of y'all.
Yeah, you guys
every
are
time you make me spin.
obsessed with me.
Yeah.
Like, get a room without me in it.
And then I was on a call at noon and somebody comes up behind me and they're like, I just love your hair. And I was like, I had my headphones in and I was like, what? And they're like, I just love your haircut so much. And I'm like, people need to leave me alone. Okay. Is this what celebrities go through?
I think that they're obsessed with you in your office.
They are obsessed with me. Like, I know I'm beautiful. I'm pretty. Well,
you
that's the same
smart,
thing. I'm
you
kind.
You
I am important.
Yeah, honestly, like I just made a TikTok about this, but I was really feeling kind of defeated, and I've talked to you about it too, but like feeling really like plateaued at just like pictures. And I think when you do the side by side every single day, you kind of don't really see the change. But I didn't put them side by side for like 2 weeks maybe, and then I did it today. But last week, 2 people on the same day were like, oh my gosh, you look so good. And it's like, thank you for acknowledging my hard work, because I've been busting my ass, and I feel like that those first like 14 to 21 days you could really tell, like almost immediately. And then from like 30 to 50 really, it's like I'm stuck. You kind
of hit a wall. And it's like we also like our period started, so we're like in a weird like funky mood. And so
Luis and I were going off on, because we've synced up at this point in our lives. Like we're like, hey,
literally, I think you texted me that morning and I was like, same.
Well, and also, I mean, this is just, well, we called it manifestation, but it's obviously like comes every month. So we were also expecting it, but we like to, believe manifestation. So we were talking about it, and both literally Luis and I started our period the next day.
The morning.
The next morning we spoke about it. I was like, well, Aunt Flo came to town, and we were just going through it for those couple days where we were like making notes about what we were going to talk about on the podcast. And most of it was just about how like in fear of our lives women are on a daily basis because of men. And we were like reading back of like what we wrote, and it's like, man, we must have really been on one.
Yeah. We were just like, every bullet point was like against men.
Yeah. Our ideas were like, men suck, fuck men. Yeah. These are exaggerating. Like these weren't really the bullet points, but it was very much about, man, be fearful for your life.
Yeah.
But which brings up a good topic, because I think that is a good thing to just be aware of as a woman. Like we can't go anywhere.
Not even in broad daylight.
No. Women were getting punched in the face in New York.
Yeah, true.
Why?
I don't know. They caught the guy, but I don't remember why.
He was just...
Also, bringing up that point, that just reminds me, there's a man in the Olympics he's he was charged for raping a 12-year-old.
I saw
Served
this.
time and everything, and he's still being allowed to compete in the Olympics.
Yeah, why isn't he in jail?
And he's being given, he served 1 year of 4
Why isn't he in jail for life?
Why isn't he castrated is my question.
Like, that's disgusting.
Like, the only reason they discovered is because he assaulted the girl. And
You
then
said a 12-year-old?
a 12-year-old girl. He's, oh God, really hate that I'm about to say it. He's from the Netherlands.
Oh, the happiest place on earth.
He's from the Netherlands.
Oh God.
And
If you don't know, if you don't get that joke, go back and watch a couple episodes because you'll get it.
you'll get it. Mind you, I did say Denmark, not the Netherlands, but
you said Denmark.
yes, I know. But
Literally,
he doesn't represent all the people. I mean,
he is literally.
we're not ones to talk when we
he's
had 10
literally
Buddy.
representing his country right now.
Well, he is, sadly, for them,
yeah,
not us.
that's true. I mean, not to say that we have any like saints here because our country has its own mess that we're, but at least it's not our country.
Exactly, exactly.
Like, at least we can say that as
Yeah.
Americans, like we're not putting that out there.
No.
But we have our own issues that
We
we're
do, definitely.
working out, hopefully.
Yeah.
But we have a long way to go. As far as the Olympics goes, what's your favorite sport to watch?
I love gymnastics.
Me too.
Love I think because I did it when I was a child.
I did it. Like, I wasn't that great.
But I
obviously.
couldn't, like, because, there's like levels in tumbling.
Yeah.
I could never pass level 1, man.
Level 1? I thought I was.
Or level 2. Because, like, for you to
I feel like level
advance-
1 is just to like show up.
No.
Like,
they
do a
make you do like
somersault.
cartwheels and somersaults and then.
Can you
I
do a
think-
cartwheel now?
Yes.
Some
well,
people,
not in a skirt right now, but.
Some people cannot do cartwheels. Did you know that?
I know that. There's a video of me when we lived together and I think Fernanda was over and I did a cartwheel somewhere in our Snapchat.
In our apartment?
Yeah, in our apartment.
Where did you find the space?
I mean, I think I was smaller back then, so.
I think that we probably like moved stuff out of the way because we were making up dances and singing karaoke. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely been drunk a couple of times and like done cartwheels for
You did a
money
handstand once?
and handstands. Yeah, I do like to do just tricks because some people, especially when I'm drunk and I've had not a little bit too much, but I have a little bit of liquid courage. People like to challenge me, and
They do,
I am
and you love
not
a good challenge.
one to back down from a challenge. And
No.
people feel like you can't do that.
Yeah.
You want to bet?
I literally have like, I think 30 videos from that river trip where John
Oh my
challenged you and you're like beating him at Flip Cup every single time. And he's like, it's the wind. Let's switch
It's
sides.
the
And you
wind.
still beat him every single time.
That was a great night. Yeah, I love me a good challenge. I love me a good challenge. But yeah, as far as like men go and like women's safety, I carry my neck knife and my taser with me
Yeah.
in my purse or my little fanny pack when I'm on my
Yeah,
walk.
me too.
And, as a woman, I'm like, okay, well, what would happen? You have to think of these scenarios. And I think we were talking about this the other day. But
We were talking about that. We need to go practice our scream.
yeah,
in case someone grabs.
I asked Louisa, I was like, do you ever think about like if you were in a situation where like someone's kidnapping you, like what you would sound like or what your scream would sound like? I think about it all the time. I'm like, would I actually
every time I'm on a walk?
would I actually scream? I would want to say yes because I want people to come and like
Yeah.
no. But I'm like, what if my voice just doesn't come out? So I feel like
I'm just scared like it'll be too like throaty.
like, oh. I feel like we need to go and practice.
We talked about this. We do
Yeah.
need to go and practice.
Like we need to just go to the lake where no one's around and just scream our heads off like
Yeah.
someone's attacking us.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that's a fear of mine. Like, what if I open my mouth and I'm like Ariel and I lost my voice, and it's now in her little soul village.
Oh no. Well, let's not hope that.
I know, but like, you don't know if you've never been in
True.
that situation before.
I literally think about that every time I'm on a walk, which is why I always make a point to walk like literally right off the main road, because like where I walk there's also like
because there's cars that come by
between like the neighborhood, and it's a nice trail, but I'm like,
but there's no.
I'm more likely to be seen, like I've literally have pictured it in my head,
Me too.
where I'm like, if I'm at least like I walk through the pond and there's like a fence and I'm like, okay, at least here I'll be able to grab and like kick, and cars pass by a lot in the morning that somebody
will
that's
stop.
also why I'm like hoping, I'm hoping somebody would stop.
But also people don't want to get involved.
Exactly.
They'd be like, oh, she's asked to get kidnapped.
Oh God, I hope not. And I'm also like, where I walk off the main road, I also come across a lot of people that I feel like they know me. I know them just by, oh, good morning. Good morning.
Sometimes when I'm walking
But I'm
around
also
the
scared.
park
Yeah.
and like a man will come behind me, I think he's trying to kidnap me.
I would think that.
Like, there's this one guy, I've seen him a couple times, and he's like always on his phone. I'm like, he's calling his comrades
buddies.
to come pick me up.
I had that thought the other day. I was walking,
Isn't that scary though?
and
Because that could happen. It could
Terrifying.
happen.
But I was walking, and this car, I had seen them like drive by, like, and I you already told me this, that I shouldn't drive with the cars
You shouldn't walk.
from my back. I should be walking
You shouldn't-
facing them.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Because what if one just like loses control and like hits you?
well,
If you saw it coming, you would have time to react.
true.
If you're just walking and someone like fell asleep at the wheel or something, you're a goner.
Hopefully they're not falling asleep at
You hope.
6:00 in the morning or 6:30, whatever
You
time
hope.
it is.
What if they didn't get enough sleep at night?
Well,
You're gone.
I'm a goner. But
Did you start walking the opposite way?
no,
What
I
is
need
that?
to. I'll start that tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm like walking, and I see this car kind of like drove past. I'm used to like guys in trucks, like
Honking at you.
not
and-
honking at me, but I can tell that because they're like driving faster, like, you know, like, or
like,
whatever.
oh yeah, look at my dick.
And I'm like, oh, please, sir, you got a small one. We all know. With tires
But-
like those, you're
Yeah.
compensating for something.
Yeah.
And
And they like rev their horn, and like I had this one guy, he's like, "Woo, good job, girl," or something like slowed down, stuck his head out the window, and I'm like what do you expect me to
You're
do?
like,
as
$20 for
I'm-
the inconvenience, sir.
You want me to hop in your car? Like what are you getting out of that?
Did you make a
hooting and
face?
hollering? I think I was just like, I don't know.
Oh, I would have just been like, because
Or
somebody
you know, like
did.
when you just don't know what to do, and then you just are nice, and you should have been like afterwards. You're like,
We should just be bitches.
like what the fuck?
Man. Well, to finish my story, the car had slowed down, like, and I can hear them because I usually have like one headphone like off. I don't have them all on. And so I could see this car kind of slowing down, and I'm just kind of like looking. And then I see them again, like going the other way with like their phone up. And all I could think was, you're texting your people. There's a girl on this road. Come get her.
Yeah. Every time. It crosses my mind every time.
Literally. And so I was like,
It also probably doesn't help that I'm listening to like true crime shows while I'm walking sometimes. So that just like entices my senses.
it heightens
When
them.
it heightens my senses of like criminals are everywhere. Like
Which they
these
are.
people lived in a safe town where they didn't need to, you know, lock their doors. The person that got killed brought a light into every single room. Everyone loved her. It's normally a girl that dies.
Yeah. And the criminals usually always, but he was a pillar of the community.
Yeah. I didn't expect that from him.
Well, I expect it from everybody.
That's why you carry a knife and a taser.
Yeah.
And so I also go through and think about this because it's like, well, my knife and my taser are like in my bag. So if someone snatched me, I wouldn't have time to probably like unzip my bag, you know, get everything ready.
Yeah.
Which, and I don't want to be like holding my pepper spray. I think it's not a taser. It's pepper spray. I'm sorry. I do have a taser.
Pepper spray's good.
I know, but I misspoke. I said that I had a taser and my knife, but I have pepper spray and my knife. But I don't want to carry my pepper. I like to like walk with nothing in my hands if possible. That's why I
would just walk with pepper spray. I need to buy some pepper spray.
But it's just uncomfortable.
I know, but just think like if you do see somebody coming at you,
and
like
it's just like,
and maybe it gets in your eyes, but like the chance, because I've had this thought.
I don't want that guy that gets behind me and then I turn around and spray him and he's like, I'm just walking my dog. Like, what are you doing?
Jeez, lady.
Like trigger happy with the.
That's where men should be like, self-aware enough where it's like,
like, don't walk behind
maybe
me.
I should walk like coming towards her, or
don't walk behind me.
He
at
should
all.
do what I do with the
Go
squirrels.
around.
When I see them in the trees, I walk with my hands up. I'm like, I'm just walking by. I come in peace.
Exactly.
Like that's what they should be doing.
Like, one, don't walk up behind me. I don't even want to say good morning to you. Like,
Yeah,
if you're
I want
walking,
to say good morning to the ladies.
If you're walking towards me, I'll say hi. But if you're behind me, no.
Yeah.
I don't like. I'll like speed up, and then he did go the opposite way, but then I like saw like I feel like he also just wears the same shirt too, which is weird.
That is very weird.
So, serial killer much? Serial killer vibes?
Could be.
Striped orange shirt.
Sounds like he ran away from county
From
jail.
jail. He's probably a prisoner, and he's just on his little morning stroll, like enjoying the sun, being free.
Oh my god.
He's like just waiting for his ride to pick him up, and his ride just isn't. Maybe his accomplice got arrested, and he's not going to pick him up now.
Wow.
That's
Maybe
I should call the jail and say, "Hey, are you guys missing an inmate? I think we found him."
Yeah, for sure.
Well, with the crime that I stumbled upon, have we talked about that on here? Should we?
I don't remember. Did it ever get solved?
I don't think so. Maybe we should
footnote that for later.
Yeah, just in case.
It might be like an ongoing investigation for all we know.
I mean, they didn't really seem too interested in the facts that I found. They were like, what do you want us to do with it? I'm like, I don't know. Do your job. Do some investigation.
Yeah.
We found some mysterious objects by a school.
Go. Yeah.
In a little town.
This
like
is
a little
literally
city.
like how our book that we read goes. We're like the girl that listens to the true crime podcasts.
I truly related with her.
I related to her to an extent, and then she got too psycho, and I was like, you need to go to not therapy. You need to go be put in a hospital.
Yeah. So the book that we're talking about is supposed to be, if you have not read this book and you're wanting to read it, like fast forward maybe 5 minutes or so, but it's called Love Letters to a Serial Killer, right?
Yeah. I don't recommend it. That's up to you. If you would like to go read it.
It was an easy, I listened to it.
It was a very easy read.
It was an easy read.
It's a easy, yeah.
A easy read.
A easy read, yeah. A very easy read.
So it was definitely more like just for a time like killer kind of.
Yeah. I definitely lost 4 hours of my life after reading that book.
Yeah. I listened to it, so I was just listening to it like in the car, on my walks, whatever. But anyways, so the moral of the story is this girl, her life is really kind of going to shit. Like,
which she's got no morals too.
She does not. She like anything is up for grabs.
Literally.
But she really just wants attention.
She's the definition of a pick-me girl.
Yes, which that's her problem. She was dating like a deadbeat.
She wasn't even dating him. She was
hooking up with him.
They were a situationship.
Yeah.
He would get her cheese, which I'm like, really, girl? For cheese?
And then when she was like, if that was the last time I knew, I would have saved that cheese. I would have even eaten it
if
with
it
the
got mold. I'm like, girl, go buy yourself some blue cheese if that's what
I'm
you
like,
want.
go get some like Gouda or like feta. That's the best. You just go to Aldi's. They've got the best deals on cheese.
I'm like,
so anyways, she gets obsessed with this the serial killer who murdered these girls.
yeah. Well, like these girls' bodies starts being found in Georgia. And she joins kind of like with that Gabby Petito that happened a couple years ago.
Like a Facebook
It just
group.
brought everybody like
Together.
social media wise together. Like, what's going on? Let's decipher this, blah, 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 blah. And
like the sleuths.
The sleuths, yes. Similar to that, what's that show on or on Hulu? Murder in the Building or something with Selena Gomez and Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Similar to that kind of aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But she just was like I think other people were genuinely concerned. I mean, this is fiction too, but other people would have been genuinely concerned, but she was obsessed.
Yeah, it got to a point where I was like, holy shit, like this girl needs some mental help. Like I related with her to a certain extent because obviously we've all had that like one guy where
Hold on, yeah. I highlighted something in the beginning.
Okay, we've all had that one guy where it's like, oh, you are hooking up, it's a situationship, and you're like wanting more than the situationship is willing to offer you, and then those situationship finds a new girlfriend and becomes whatever. And so I related to her on that level where she's like single. Did she love true crime before, or she just like got interested into it? Like she
liked it before.
Okay. So she just like kind of didn't have anything else going for her and it kind of took over her life. I was like, man, I could see this happening to me.
Yeah.
But then she she just went a little too far. Like the guy went on trial for these murders.
He got acquitted. Yeah.
She drove from where she lived all the
from
way
Minneapolis
across the country to go to his trial. And then she started writing him. Well, she started writing him letters.
First of all, that first letter starts off like I think any letters to a serial killer goes, where she's like, I hope you rot in jail. What you did was horrible, blah, 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 blah. And then he writes back and he's like, oh, thank you so much, Hannah. Like, blah, blah, blah.
What's your favorite
Taylor Swift song? I had to read the Scarlet Letter when I was inside, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, and she responds. And I'm just like, and they continue to have this thing. He asks her to be his girlfriend through the letter while he's in jail. And it's like, she's like, yes. What?
I don't think she thought she would find out or anyone would find out about it. And also she never thought he would
people.
But she never thought he would get out. She just wanted to have a prison boyfriend. What's so wrong with that, Louisa?
Many things. Many things are wrong with that.
But she's like, he would never hurt her because he's in jail. Did you find it?
Georgia's a state, right? Why is it pulling up the country?
Georgia is a state.
Georgia, U.S. There we go.
Are you looking at how far it is?
Oh my God. Hold on. This girl did not drive that far.
She didn't have anything else going for her because she got fired from her job too.
Hold on. This is doing the...
What?
She drove... No. She drove...
Spit it out.
About 20 hours to go sit in a courtroom. Look how far that is. I mean, granted, I don't know where exactly in Minneapolis and where exactly in Georgia, but 19 hours and 30 minutes. That's the drive on Google.
She literally didn't have anything better to do.
And she literally opened another credit card, just so she could go on this trip.
And she did not tell her mom anything.
which I was venting about this book to my therapist. And I was like, if I said I'm going to South Dakota and I told my mom would be like, okay, I'm coming with you because one, what is there in South Dakota for you? Most people forget that's even a state. Who goes to South Dakota?
Who even lives in South Dakota?
Who lives in South Dakota?
Yeah. It's like they're probably the people that are keeping Arby's in business.
Probably.
Because where are they?
Yeah. True.
They live in South Dakota. Everyone forgets about them.
But
my mom would not just like stop calling and stop asking questions. My mom would literally be like, 1, why are you going there? 2, when are you coming back? And she just like wouldn't tell her mom any information.
No.
And then, but she also wanted to die.
She has a weird, I don't even want to call it fetish, but an illness.
Mental illness.
An amount, yes.
It's a real thing.
Yes.
So there were some twists and turns in the book. If you're interested in reading it, it was one of the like the top picks of
I think it was just
Barnes
like a
and Noble.
New,
New release or something.
new release.
It was all right. I mean,
I gave it 2 stars on Goodreads.
It gave us something to talk about.
It did give us something to talk about, but
because literally Louisa, I finished it before her, which shocking.
Well, you listened to it, and you listened to it at 1.5.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't do that.
Well, otherwise it would have been like, ma.
I just disassociate when like I listen to audiobooks.
Yeah, but I have to not be thinking about anything else. Like whenever I listened to it when I was doing my little painting by numbers. And so I was doing that and listening, and that took a lot of the time.
Oh, okay. Well, because you said sometimes you listen to it on your walk too.
Yeah, when
I can't do it on walks. That's when I like, which probably is how I'm gonna get killed, because that's when I majorly disassociate.
Yeah, Louisa's like
check
Louisa's
out.
gonna be kidnapped, and she's gonna wake up from her disassociation and be like, "How did I get here? When did I get kidnapped?
Yeah,
I don't even remember.
Oh my God, I'm living my book talk dreams."
You're like, hi, like,
be like, "Sir, actually, you did this wrong.
You did this wrong." You're like, "It's supposed to go up here." Can you like retie the knots like?
Yeah.
X style.
Yeah, I'm like, a little tighter, please.
I can put a blindfold on if you want.
Right. They're like, oh, we got to send her back. She's one of the weird ones.
She's one of the weird ones. Yeah, and then you just pop back at home. You're like, nothing happened. It's like a fever dream.
Yeah.
But I think that, we need to find a new book to...
Well, we need to read It Ends With Us.
Yes.
Because we want to go see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which I came across someone's like genuine book review. And I've read Colleen Hoover. No hate to her, but her writing sometimes does. It's questionable. I
saw a video about, it's like, it was, I don't know if he was an author or whatever, but he
was it the
on
one
TikTok.
about the balls?
Yes. Where he was like, if you're ever questioning about publishing your writing, Colleen Hoover wrote this. And it was like something about my kid's balls or something like that.
Yeah. And I was like, the fact that I read better fan fiction for free and she's out here being published.
Right.
Which I'll give her, Verity was good. Some things were questionable, but it was good.
What was questionable about it?
Like, spoiler alert for everybody that has not read Verity. Pause and go read it. Come back.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. It's got a plot twist at the end for sure.
Also, Louisa's living her best life right now because I rarely ever can talk books with her. And
rarely.
Yeah. So she's living her best life.
I'm living my best life. But when Verity and I think the book we just read have a commonality of women with no morals.
Right.
Because when she was sleeping with the husband and she had been reading the manuscript and she starts biting the same bite marks where the wife.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is weird. What are you doing?
That's disgusting. She wanted
Why do you want to be like this woman?
Yeah.
You know,
That was weird.
it's
I'm like, would people do that in real life? Maybe.
probably.
I mean,
If
I wouldn't.
she wrote that, she
Has people
has
probably have done
probably
it.
talked to people who've done that.
Or she's probably done it.
That too.
She's probably done the bite marks. And then she probably rebit the bite marks.
Ew, gross.
I'm just saying.
No.
Sometimes you got to muzzle it up.
But we do have to read that book.
Yeah, we do. So that can be our next one.
Yeah.
We
I
should
think
do
it'll
like
be
just a
easy.
mini series of like us talking about the book. So then we don't have to do it on like our main.
Yeah.
And if you, that way we don't spoil it for anybody that doesn't want to listen to it.
True. So next book we're reading, it ends with us.
Mm-hmm.
So you can join us.
Yeah. What else has been going on?
Not much. Just trying not to get kidnapped on my walks.
Well, I'm glad to see that you've been successful because you're here. What?
I did my first pull-up last week.
That I know you told me that.
Yeah, I did it with the resistance, the band.
Was the guy with the cute hat or the cute guy with the hat there?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
No.
You
But
need to find the single ones.
they're all married. All the men that go there, I've come to like narrow it down that they're there because their wives work out there as well, and they have like a little like
But maybe
childcare.
become friends with them and just say
I have nothing in common with these people.
you are working out with them literally in the same
but
class.
when they're talking to each other, they're like their kids go to the same school. Like they
Louisa,
all have that in common. I've made friends with the other younger girls there.
but you can still be friends with married people and they might like books. You don't know. You have other things in common without
I know,
just
but
being
I just
married
feel like
and
I
having
don't
kids.
have.
You should ask them about if they have read the book, like It Ends With Us, or if they're excited to see the movie. The women probably would know
Yeah.
that, whatever you're talking about. But become friends with them. Why not?
Okay, I can try.
Like, you're literally in the same workout class with them. You just walk in and don't say anything to them. You're like, basically like, I'm here to work out. Fuck you guys.
Well, no, not like that, but like they're all just friends.
Right. So intertwine
Although
yourself with them.
I mean, no offense to like the early morning people, but the afternoon people, I feel like because I've just been awake longer, I'm like I come across friendlier than I do to the 5:30.
Well, yeah, you are not a morning person.
I'm not a morning person. 5:30 a.m. people are like they're all chatting like,
They've probably been up since 3 a.m.
and I'm like, why? They're like, hi, good morning, and they're like, oh my god, blah blah blah, and I'm like, how are you guys having full on conversations right now?
But you need coffee. Like, if you want to be chatty in the morning, you have to drink a cup of coffee.
I know. Well, I take pre-workout, which that doesn't.
So maybe do coffee instead.
How do I phrase? I can't drink coffee before working out because it like
It makes you poop.
that, and it's just like it almost feels like I just ate a meal.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I'm doing these workouts, like it's just not.
You don't want to throw up.
No,
Yeah.
I did it once.
I'm going to challenge you with that to make friends
Fine.
with people.
I did make friends with. I mean, they're single, but
Who?
they're just these other girls there.
Are they
Because
younger?
yesterday it was like, I think it was like metabolic conditioning. It was rough.
Was it?
And we ended up with sprinters. We had to do sprinting. We had to partner up. And I have not done sprinting. Kind of like, what are they called? Suicides.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to that. And you had a partner. And we did for 75 seconds. And if while your partner was sprinting, you're doing butt kickers.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally dying. And so the girls next to us, when we were done, I literally just like laid on the floor. And then it was so quiet. Like I've never heard the gym that quiet. But anyways, we're like finishing up and I asked one of the girls because I seen them and like I've talked to them for a bit. And I'm like, oh, are you guys sisters? She's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then her sister comes up. She's like, girl, you killed the sprint. Like, you were running so fast. And I was like, I felt like I was running so slow. But thank you so much.
I thought you were going to say, I felt like I was running so fast. Like,
No, I felt the opposite.
oh. I need to work on my running because really ever since that 1 mile, I'm like, I don't ever want to do that again.
I know. I did the third time and it was like a minute worse than even my first mile.
I think that we need to be together because
it just feels better.
It just
It's
feels better.
Yeah.
It feels right.
Yeah.
Like running a mile alone is torture.
It's very sad. It's very lonely. It's like, why am I putting myself through this right now?
Yeah, like I don't need to do this. Like, I mean, it's helpful, but it's torture.
Yeah, I don't know how.
But doing it with y'all, it felt like
it
better.
felt fun. It felt like Barbie Land.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, it was just better than running by yourself. It's just,
I had fun because it was like, yeah, like, it felt like in the movie Barbie when we're like, yeah, we did it. We're like clapping and like, we're doing so good.
I don't remember that part of the movie.
Towards the end when they're like revolting against all the Kens and they're like, yay, and they're like all just like happy for each other. Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah. Well, it felt like brought me back to when we were on a team and like we played basketball and it's like just cheering each other on. Like, man, we need to join like a sport or something.
Yeah. My therapist was like, you should do pickleball.
My mom wants me to do pickleball with her so bad. Actually, I don't think she really does because she knows more about it and she doesn't want me to embarrass her.
Oh, it's fine. We should just join.
I feel like I would not embarrass. That's when you step in and say, you're athletic. You can pick it up.
Well, yes, I know you're athletic. Okay. But
I feel
what
like
I was going to say is I think you and I should join our own league.
Okay, we can do that. I want to do like pickleball or like my friend, he's on a softball league. Like we could do something.
I don't
like
like softball, but I'll do pickleball.
You'll only do pickleball? It's just like kickball and you did kickball.
But I don't know. Kickball's easy because it's like we played kickball when we were in elementary school. I've never ever
it's
played
literally
softball.
The same thing, but just with a bat instead of kicking it.
No, I would suck.
Okay. Well, we can talk about it. I think we just need to find a sport that we can do.
Pickleball.
A league.
Yeah, pickleball.
How do you know you're not bad at pickleball? You've never played?
Well, I don't know. That's why we're going to join a singles league where I'm going to be like, oh no, I don't know how to play. And a cute guy is like, oh, let me teach you. This is how you. It's not going
to be like that, Luisa. That's like
you don't know. Let me manifest that for myself.
Movie dreamland.
It could.
You're right.
I'd be like, oh man, like Tom or I need a better name. Matt, you're so good. John Doe, whatever. I'd be like, Matt, you're so good at this. How are you so good at this?
Teach me your ways, Matt.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? John and Matt?
John, Matt.
I
said John Doe because I couldn't think of a name.
They could be brothers. John and Matt Doe.
Yeah.
Twin brothers.
Fraternal brothers.
Or cousins. They could be cousins.
We want them to be best friends.
Best friends, yeah. Or they could be family.
Yeah.
But brothers, they could be cousins.
Cousins, yeah.
I think we said brothers, just not twins, because that's weird.
That is weird. Yeah.
Okay, so are you going to do the research and sign us up or what?
I've done the research.
Okay.
We just have to sign up.
Well, this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
No, it's not, because I've sent it to you on Instagram.
You literally sent it and then never said anything else about it.
You've never do, like anybody else
never sent me.
We send it and then we're like, let's do it. We're like,
and then it just
never gets talked about.
It just
ever
stays
again.
on Instagram. Okay, so when I say let's do it, and you say you've done the research, share the research with me.
Well, it's just clicking sign up.
Then just say like let's do it.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I did look up one of them, but they had closed their registration, so it was just having to find another one.
Okay, well we can find another one then.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But what's another sport we could do?
I don't know. We're gonna have to do research.
We could do volleyball.
I'm not very good at volleyball. I'm not.
I love it. I'm competitive.
I mean, I like doing sand volleyball.
That's what I meant. Sand volleyball.
Okay, well we can look into
do that.
We should ask like Lindsay or Mel J because I think they do something like that. I'm just
What's
not very good
sport?
because I think I told you this like in 7th grade. I tried out for volleyball and I didn't even make the C team.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. You did tell me that.
But that was court volleyball. So
Yeah, I tried out for volleyball.
I didn't even make a team. I had to run track all of volleyball season. Cross country, actually, which...
Oh, man. I actually preferred cross country over volleyball.
Well, when in my school, the cross country, like, route, it was like there was a portion of it where the trees, like, hid where you were. So I would just, like, walk really slow during that part.
Nice.
And then I'd be like... when I come out of the trees. But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything against volleyball because I always wanted to play, but I'm just like not tall enough, I guess. And I couldn't really serve it. But I feel like I can serve now.
I feel like you could do it.
I think I was just a little baby and I didn't know how. I never played.
I did make not that I didn't make it. I quit halfway through. Like my mom wanted me to try out because she played volleyball and she's like, I want you to do this, blah, blah, blah. Bought me the knee pads, everything. And so I'm trying out and we were like, cause they split us up in groups and I was with my group on this side of the, what are they called? The bleachers when they're folded up, you know? I was on this side of the bleachers and on the other side, they're having like a scrimmage with the other two teams. And the volleyball coach in my middle school was a bitch.
What middle school did you go to?
I went to Lamar Middle School. I'm not going to name drop her. But she was, mind you, this is tryouts. Okay. She is, and I can have Fernanda confirm this for me because she didn't try out, but she knows who I'm talking about. Okay. She was yelling. She was mean.
I feel like tryouts are to like test the skills.
To see like, okay, who.
You suck. You have some potential. We can train you.
Yes.
Like, don't, I mean.
But and I was like, I remember like on our side, we're like making eyes at each other. And I was like, that ain't going to work for me. That's going to be a no for me.
Yeah.
And I gave up. And I could tell she was like, no, like, why? Because I was one of the taller girls in middle school. And I was like, no, like, I'm just not really
because
like, no.
Of your attitude, ma'am.
Like, she was so bad. The other coaches did not like her either. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not fun.
So I could have been a volleyball star.
You could have. We'll never know.
But that coach, you know.
She ruined it for you.
She ruined it.
Wow. Well, then maybe we should try volleyball. Maybe now's your chance.
Maybe I can go to the Olympics in 2028. I was just going to
say that. I was like, we could train you up for the Olympics.
Maybe you and I can be partners.
Oh, gosh. Because there is a really tall girl and a short girl. I saw a picture of them.
Yeah.
We would
The redhead and the blonde. Yes. They were really good.
Yeah. Didn't they win a gold medal?
Yes.
Okay. So we can look into that.
Okay. Olympics 2028. Here we come.
Aaron and Louisa. Gold medal volleyball 2028. We're coming for you. Yeah, I think we should definitely do some research because we need to get out of our comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
I did start swiping on Bumble though, a little bit.
I did something.
What?
I got on Facebook dating.
Okay.
And back to men. Some of these men.
They suck. They
need help. You know what would be a really good business for us to start? Taking professional pictures for men for their dating profiles, because I don't think they realize some of these pictures make them look like serial killers.
Oh, 100%.
I'm looking at your picture and I'm like, you
could kill me.
Are not having pictures with any friends. They're all just of you, selfies, mirror pics.
Their smiles and their eyes.
They have that dead eye look. And I'm like, you've killed people. I know it.
Which, I mean, is sad to say, but has happened. Like, there are killers on these apps, which, once again, how can you trust anyone?
You can't.
That's why you have to carry protection with you everywhere you go.
Literally.
All kinds of protection. And you always just have to be aware. Like, I feel like me listening to true crime podcasts and watching all these crime shows is, yes, I do enjoy them because I think I would be a good detective, so I like to just insert myself into it. But I feel like it's just made me self-aware, you know, like living alone as a female, like
Yeah.
you have to be prepared and know what you're going to do if something happens. And yeah.
I agree. I started
So for
listening
anyone
to
that
him
wants
again.
to judge me on that,
I don't think anybody judges us. Well, that's really funny because the other day
I like that mentality. No one even
it's funny.
listens to us. So
No, I just think what I meant to say is like no girl is going to judge us. Which
yeah.
brings me back to on Monday in my office. It was like me and my 2 other female coworkers. We were just talking about like different, like, oh, did you hear about like this true crime story? And we're just like comparing, like, and they found her body and like blah blah blah. And
You're literally the girl in the book.
No, we're just like comparing stories because I was like, I don't know if you heard about that story last year, 2 years ago, about a woman who was like, she called 911 because she claimed she saw a baby off of the highway. And so she like veered off the side of the road, and she was like, she got kidnapped, and this whole thing, it was a hoax. The whole thing was a hoax.
Yeah.
It was wild because people were like, oh my God, like the baby, like what happened to the baby? And then it's like, why was the baby wandering off the highway? Like it was not making sense.
I think I remember this.
So I was talking about that, and so that just led off, you know,
Yeah.
like it does.
Yeah.
So our male coworker comes in, and while my other one's in the middle of telling a story, and she's like, yeah, and so her body was found and blah blah blah, and he was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave now.
Yeah, you
And
should.
I'm like, oh, this is not relaxing for you. We're just getting started.
Yeah, this isn't even the start,
This
buddy.
isn't even the bad stuff.
Literally, like, I think when we lived together, I did that Valentine's Day post. It's like everyone else is out on their dates or whatever, and it was like me on Valentine's Day, and I'm like eating a pizza and like watching the true crime, and it's like her clothes were ripped off, her arms were
cut off, her arms were cut off,
and I'm just eating the pizza like,
yeah.
I mean, where can you find me? Probably watching Law and Order,
Criminal
Chicago
Minds.
PD, Criminal Minds. 2020. I listened to 2020
and
Dateline, 48 Hours. Those are my true crime podcasts that I listen to on the. It's really interesting to like listen to them on the podcast, like on their podcast, and then watch it in real life, because on the podcast I'm just like making up images in my head of like what the people look like, and I like it in my imagination better than watching it in real life.
Yeah,
because I just, you know, like you can put the faces with the voices in your head, just kind of like reading a book. You make up your own imagination of what you want the.
Sometimes the book is always better.
Well, they don't have books on true crime.
No, I know, but I'm just like referencing, like you're saying, like listening to audio version is better because you're just putting it all in your head.
I'm talking about the video versus the audio,
Yeah.
not book version. But
oh, true.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. What else is new? Nothing.
That's it. You know, we haven't been murdered.
Good for us.
Yeah.
High five.
Yeah.
Let's keep that up.
Yeah. We're both still single.
Both still single. I mean, that could change.
That could change.
But what?
We're about to go into Mercury in retrograde on Sunday.
I know. You just
wanted to
literally
prepare you.
sent me that video. I couldn't even. I was like, all the exes are going to come out. I couldn't even finish that video.
Yeah, I've already had some creeping in, but yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
I'm not going to say it on the podcast.
Well, give me a hint.
You would know.
Obviously, but give me a hint.
You know.
He's tall.
No.
Does he live here?
No. I don't know if I've ever referenced him to you, but one of my friends that we talk about this, that I talked to her
I'm
about
sorry.
this.
Who's your friend
My coworker.
that
my
you
coworker.
talk to about things that you don't talk to me about?
To you, I say his name. To her, because we work, I came up with the code name. And so
Okay, what's his
code name is, this is where I was telling Fernanda this morning.
Just tell me his code name.
His code name is Mr. Big, because I've come to realize as much as I want to be Charlotte, I'm fucking Carrie Bradshaw.
Why do you want to be Charlotte?
Because I want love. I want to be married.
She's just, her head's in the air.
And I would like
her marriage
for mine
is not
to be.
great.
Her second one, though, is to the bald man.
Second one.
Well, Jesus. Okay, well, maybe I should be Carrie.
Well, you are.
I
Okay,
am.
so
A shopping addiction and...
I'm trying to think of who that would be. Did you apologize for the way that you treated him?
Not him.
Damn.
I know. Oh, you were really hoping for that one.
It's like, dang. Who else could it be? Is he a bartender?
He doesn't live here.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
We're not going to say his name.
I'm trying to give you hints of so you can just tell
We
me.
lived together.
We lived together?
You and I lived together when I first started talking to him. He literally lived 5 minutes from us, and I would go to his place.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's is he kinky?
Hold on. You're confusing him with a different person. No. Dang, how many people did I go out with?
I mean, okay, we can discuss this because I don't know.
You know
He
who it
lives
is.
in a different state.
He lives in a different state.
Have you communicated with him in the past month?
Yes.
Has he communicated with you?
Yes. He's reached out to me. He reached out to me over a year ago.
Has he wanted to come
Yes.
here
Him.
and
Yeah.
fly you back?
Him.
Okay, that's what I was originally thinking, but I was just,
Yeah. Well, that's why. So you watch Sex and the City, right?
I mean, enough.
So that's why, like, my coworker, I believe, is the one that came up with it. She's like, we're just going to start calling him Big Lisa because this is getting ridiculous.
Well, don't let him in. Apparently, that's.
Well, it's too late now.
Oh God.
But granted, I don't think he's one part of the retrograde because he's been back since April.
What has he offered since April?
I'm not going to say on podcast. On the record.
Nothing good, probably.
Yeah. It's so funny because I was like, I'm not going to tell, because I had told Fernanda, but then I was like, I probably shouldn't say anything.
Does he listen?
I don't think so.
You know what is always my biggest thing?
I hope not. Because I did tell him, because we were talking yesterday, and I was like, oh, like, we're on YouTube now, blah, blah, blah.
I need to stop telling men that I have a podcast.
Yeah, now I'm like, shit. I hope he doesn't.
I literally,
I don't think he does.
I don't know. I can never remember to tell people, like, when we're in a women's setting,
never.
it's like, oh, what's a cool fact about you? I always forget that we have a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, I studied abroad in Spain or something like that. Like,
I speak Spanish.
right. Like, what? I have 2 cats. I always forget to tell it, like, that is a cool, like,
Yeah.
people are intrigued by it. But then it's like I meet a new boy and I'm like, oh, yeah, I have a podcast. And it's like I give you all the insights of my life.
Yeah. So
don't use it
But he
against
was
me.
aware of the podcast way back when, and he never listened to it. I know that for a fact.
He could be him and the comrades of my past are probably are probably the 1% of men that listen to our podcast.
It could be my uncle.
I mean,
He just like to observe.
Maybe. Let's hope.
Who knows? But
It's been used against me.
God, I hope he doesn't listen to it.
I need to keep my mouth shut on the podcast. Because literally my friend was like, oh my gosh, you guys haven't posted. I'm like, why are you listening?
What?
He just listens to it for fun.
No, I know Big definitely does not listen to the podcast.
Okay, well.
I know that for a fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. He'll be like, am I big? He's going to text you.
Oh, no.
Okay,
Well,
well,
he doesn't
I mean,
know. I know many people out of state.
that's true.
So,
You should be like, I'm flattered that you would think that's you.
yeah, I'm glad we didn't name the state. So, yeah.
You're
so vain, like that song.
Yeah, exactly.
You probably think this podcast is about you.
You're so vain. Yeah,
Oh.
so I guess be careful. Oh, my birthday's coming up, by the way.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I was looking at bikinis yesterday.
It's martini. It's a teeny bit older. And I need to text you the little script that I wrote, but it's like a teeny bit older, celebrate with the martinis and weenies.
Oh, we're not doing bikinis?
Well, you can wear a bikini.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to I sent it out to like my friends and I didn't want them to feel obligated to wear bikinis.
Got it. Yeah.
But it does make for cute little martinis, bikinis, and weenies.
Yeah.
So I'll be wearing a bikini.
Okay. Yeah, I need to hit the sun before your birthday.
Well, this
I have
weekend.
A tan line.
Oh yeah, there's a whole strip right here where my sports bra and my little Spanx come up. But my mom's gonna be out of town this weekend, so you can come over and we can tan.
Okay, yeah, I definitely need to do that. I have a hydrofacial on Saturday, so I can't be in the sun, so I'll just wear my giant hat again.
Okay, just wear a mask or something.
It's my entire face.
Oh,
The mask would only cover.
well, and a hat.
Plus, that's gross and sweaty.
Yeah,
I don't need to be doing that.
I don't know why I said that.
That was weird.
Sorry.
Well, this was nice.
I know. I miss you. Let's not go this long without talking
I
again.
know.
I mean, it's not
And
like
we're about to go off too, because I'm about to go on vacation.
No.
I know.
Okay. Well, when do I get to see you? I'll see you this weekend.
You'll see me this weekend, and then when I come back, and then we're celebrating your birthday.
Yeah.
And then we're done with the challenge. That's crazy.
I know. Man, that's gonna go by so fast. I'm
Mhm.
excited.
Me too.
Okay. Well, let's end it there.
All right.
All right. Love you guys.
Bye, Toodles.
Bye.